Hey, what's going on, everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com here, back again with another stock market video. This time, I'm going to show you how I made over 69% in a day trading options on Robinhood, actually trading China stocks. So stocks like Alibaba and others that saw a very big increase after dropping significantly in the last few months. So this was basically, pretty much a perfect trade in my opinion. I did make some mistakes in the beginning, but this video can just serve as a bit of a lesson and as a bit of just sharing my experience. I actually made a video in the past where I had lost a lot of money trading options. So here I'm making you a video where I actually had a very successful win on 2-3 trades here, and hopefully you can find this helpful in some type of way. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe for more content like this, and let's take a look at what I did. So basically, as you can see here, we're going to go in the past week to see the movement that happened. So I initially put in $1,000 here. I made a trade or two that went pretty bad. I actually lost 20% here that first day. And afterwards, right, I saw a massive recovery because I saw that there was a big pullback that had happened in stocks like Alibaba. So basically, if we go here, let's go to the 4-hour chart. What you can see is we had, a run up here, but we also had a bit of a pullback. So I am specifically talking about the pullback right here, which was about a 4% pullback in a day. And that was the entry area. So just to draw that on the chart, that would be right around there. And if we go ahead and take a look at what happened next, right, we saw that spike up. And of course, I was holding call options on that that were out of the money, not very far out of the money, but a few dollars out of the money. And specifically the $100 call for March 25th. That was a week out for Alibaba. And I also actually had another call on Bilibili, another Chinese stock for those who know that. And we're going to be reviewing the actual transaction here and the profit, which was very massive on both of these, right? Over 100% on both of these trades. But basically, right, I saw a full recovery of the loss here of 20%. And then I waited, one more day to get that opening sale, and we saw a massive spike up as the stock market opened in China stocks specifically, and it was a bullish day for the stock market overall. And that was my selling opportunity right into the pump early day. That is when I made the sale. And if we go ahead and take a look at Alibaba stock here, you'll see exactly what happened today, right? We actually were a little bit red in the pre-market, and then as we open up, we just started spiking, right? So I had those $100 calls. They turned in the money once we went above 101. And afterwards, I stayed patient, right? Of course, you may be tempted to sell during a run up like this, but I knew that I had to really go to the point where there was the most amount of hype before putting in that sale. And I did exactly that, right? Literally selling the high of day pretty much. And I'll show you this in the transactions. In fact, on Robinhood here, for some reason, it's not showing the absolute high on the chart. It's saying 107.64. But if we go to TradingView, you're going to see that the actual high of day was 108.63. You can see that right up here, right? 108.63 was the high of day. And if we go and look at this on the actual chart of this call option that I was holding, right, you're going to see that today the sale that I made was literally actually above the high of day on the chart, right? But I sold basically the high of day, and that can be seen right here in the transaction history, where you can see I had initially bought these, I sold these calls at 10.75. And if we look at the high of day, it says on the actual call chart here, 10.25. So as you can see, that's just the discrepancy of the Robinhood chart here. But I believe the actual highest day was probably literally right around where I sold, which was, like I said, around 10.75 for one option contract, right? Now, keep in mind, one option contract is worth 100 shares of Alibaba, but that was the trade. And as you can see here, so I basically entered with $440 and sold for a total value of $1,075. So with a very small amount of money, right? This is something that really most people can be able to put into a trade. I actually made over $600 here pretty much. So that was pretty significant, right? And of course, like I said, I did have a loss the day prior, right, where I had actually kind of bought in with 1,000, then very quickly sold. I was too quick on that, but that was actually, I was trading the stock, not the actual options. When I realized my mistake the next day and I saw that there was a dip, I went ahead and capitalized on that, put in the 440 in the call, and just a day later, we saw that go up basically over 100%, right? I believe it was around 130% was the actual profit amount. And then same thing here on Bilibili, just another China tech stock that, had seen in the previous months a very big drop, just like Alibaba. A lot of these stocks were down over 50% in just a few months. And same thing, right? I executed the same type of trade. You can see that beautiful price movement here. This one actually had a bit of a sharper drop where for a day here went from $28 down to around 23. That was pretty much where I loaded up on the call options, and then right, same thing at open, sold this pretty high up. So basically around the high of day as well, right? I sold both of them at the exact same time. And just to show you the transaction here, so you know that I'm showing the proof and that I'm not lying, I went in with $140, right? Even less than the Alibaba trade, just to be safe. And like I said, right, if you can't put in 400 into trade, you definitely can put in $140. And keep in mind, this is not financial advice. I'm not recommending you trade or trade options. This is just to show you what's possible, and that even though there are risks, when you're seeing big AAA tech stocks, even if they're Chinese stocks, down 50% in just a few months, that typically is a buying opportunity. And sometimes the risk reward just makes sense. Here I thought that the reward heavily outweighed the risk, and it looks like I was right, since I made over 100% in just a day pretty much. Now keep in mind, the actual profit on my account is a little bit less, just because I had to recover from that initial 20% drop that I had incurred here with some bad trades on some of these stocks. But as you can see, I did finish significantly higher with 69% today alone. So very, very significant. And that was just what I wanted to show you, right? $140 at the purchase of this, and I was able to get the sale at $310 in value. So once again, over a 100% increase here for this trade on Bilibili. And then I just did a small trade on another big Chinese tech stock. This was actually just a stock trade. I'm not sure why the chart is not rolling, but you can see the trade right here. This was just a very small trade, but since it went up a decent amount, I actually made over $15 there with just a very small amount of money. So that is sort of the review of this trade, what went right, what led to me making such a large amount here in just a day time pretty much. And if you like this video, make sure to subscribe. Hopefully you got something useful out of this. And once again, you saw here on the chart kind of the strategy of what I was planning, where we got that pullback of around 4%. That was the entry after the initial pump. And then literally the next day, we saw a large move higher that you just saw on all the charts that I showed you. So make sure to follow me on Twitter for live market updates on both stocks and cryptos. And thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Have a great day, everyone. Stay safe.